You've just come back from a run and it's time to do a post-run mobility session. So for our post-run mobility session, it will actually start quite similar to our pre-run activation session. So we're going to start with our roll down stretch. So chin to chest, heavy arms, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Remembering to keep those knees soft as well so they're not locked out. Rolling back up. One vertebrae at a time, giving those shoulders a nice roll. Hands straight up to the sky. Tall, tall, tall. And then relaxing back down. Chin to chest and rolling back down. One vertebrae at a time. Cradle those arms into a ragdoll stretch, side to side. Good. And then we'll roll back up, roll those shoulders one more time, step back to the end of your mat and walking those hands out for a downward dog. So we're going to cycle those legs again, but we're going to take it a bit slower this time. We're going to do some 5 to 10 second holds in that cycling. Anything like this should just feel nice for you, so just take as long as you need with it. Whatever feels good for you. Good, we're going to go into some double leg holds with it now, so just let those heels try and drop towards the ground. Push through your hands to get them further down. Hips high in the sky. Good. From here, we're going to go into the world's greatest hip stretch. So bring that right foot, step it forward between your hands. You can let your left knee drop. And you're going to hold it there. So you're getting a nice stretch down that left hip flexor. Good. And then with your right hand, you're going to open up to the sky, watching your hand. So a nice thoracic opener. You'll feel it in that left hip as well. And then pulling back through those hips to get a nice hamstring stretch. You can bring your, you can point your toes back towards you as well and move them up and down towards the ground, back towards you, and you'll get a nice flossing stretch down the back of the leg as well. So we're just going to cycle through that 4 or 5 times. So back into the hip stretch, like that. Trying to get a little bit further each time. Opening into that thoracic stretch. And then pulling back into that hamstring stretch. Good. Into the hip stretch again. And then into the thoracic. And into the hamstring. We're going to go one more time after this. Really trying to relax into it. I find I tense up a little bit to stretching and I've got to really remind myself to relax. So not forcing anything, just trying to relax into your limit there. Again, it should feel good, so you're not overdoing anything. And then opening up. And then for that hamstring stretch. Alright, good. And before we swap sides, coming up tall, grab your left foot. We'll just do a bit of a quad stretch there. Alright, very good. And then we're going to swap sides, so step that left foot forwards, relax that right knee down. Same 3 exercises cycling through, so letting those hips drop in for your hip flexor stretch. The world's greatest stretch. Not sure who called it that, but it does feel pretty good. And then left hand opening up. Head should follow your hand. And then bringing it back. Pulling your hips back into the hamstring stretch. hips back in. Opening into the thoracic. And then pulling back in for that hamstring. Hip flexor stretch again. Opening up to the side. And hamstring stretch. And one more time. And we'll come up and we'll go into that quad stretch. Very good, so we're going to stay on the mat here. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch, which is a really nice glute stretch. So right foot forward in front of you, and you're going to bring your weight down. So the more of a right angle your knee is at, the stronger the stretch will be. So you can bring that foot underneath you and just leaning into it like that. If that's too strong, you can just stay up tall on it and only go down as far as you're comfortable. And if that really isn't a position you can get into, you can just come onto your back and bring your ankle onto the opposite knee and just put your hips in towards you, and you get a nice glute stretch that way. So you can pick what's more comfortable for you. I'm going to go into the pigeon stretch. Alright, and then swapping sides. So yeah, same thing, either the pigeon or the other glute stretch. And you might find you feel quite different side to side as well, and that's really normal. It's very rare that someone's body is totally symmetrical with everything, like your anatomy, how tight a muscle is, how strong a muscle is. And that's another good thing about when we do lots of single leg exercises, particularly for runners, is you can pick up on a lot of those side to side differences, and it's good to really target those individual weaknesses or tightnesses. Good, almost done. On our back, same as our pre-run activation, feet wide, arms out to the side, rolling those knees side to side. You can take that, use the heel to bring that knee down as well. Or you can just keep it moving, whatever feels better for you. Good, and then we'll just finish with a spinal twist, so taking that opposite knee across the body and head out to the other side. And same thing on the other side. Do one more each side, and then we are done. There, you'll find I say a lot with stretching based exercise, a lot of exercises, but particularly stretching based exercises, they should just feel good for you. So feel free to play around with the adaptations that I tell you, because it should feel good. So what feels good for me may not feel good for you. So yeah, have fun with it, figure out what's the best for you. With guidance, of course. Alright, we are all done. I hope you've enjoyed that and feeling good for it now, and happy training.